Another Australian exporter is facing problems getting product into China. Queensland meat supplier Meramist has been suspended from shipping beef to the country. Now, all this follows problems with barley, wine and rock lobster. The move is likely to further fuel arguments that China is using trade sanctions to exert more political pressure on Australia. Let's get more now from our political reporter Stephanie Boris, who joins us now from Parliament House. So, as we understand it, the problems with trade into China are continuing. Stephanie, tell us a little bit more about this latest suspension.
So we learnt about this one overnight, a suspension of an Australian beef plant in Queensland. No explanation has been given as to why their products are no longer allowed into China. Now, this is the sixth Australian meat supplier that has been stopped from entering its products into China this year. Now, on top of that, as you were just mentioning there, of course, there have been tariffs placed on Australian barley, also on Australian wine. And recently, we heard that rock lobsters were stuck on the tarmac in China, and that industry just a day or two ago said that they're still trying to work through these new rules that have been put into place for the sector, and in the meantime are trying to look for other markets to try and get their product into, because this of course is creating a great deal of uncertainty for Australian producers with where exactly they can send their product to and whether it is in fact going to be consumed. Now, the National Farmers Federation has been speaking this morning. They said they're concerned about this latest development and they're worried that this list of Australian products being banned from China is continuing to grow.
China is a really important market for Australian farmers and for Australian agriculture. So, it is distressing and concerning, but what we want the government to do is to keep working through these challenges and keep working through a solution for farmers. We've had a really good year off the back of some good seasonal conditions. The last thing we want is more disruptions to markets.
Tony Ma there from the NFF. Now, has there been any reaction from the government as yet?
The Australian government is yet to formally respond to this latest news. China has not explained exactly why these imports have been banned, but in the past they usually blame the product. But we understand that with these trade issues, it's not really the product that's the issue, it is a political issue, because the relationship between China and Australia has been deteriorating quite a bit over this past year. We did see earlier this year the Chinese ambassador to Australia suggest that consumers in China may stop buying Australian products out of a boycott because Australia was calling for that investigation into the origins of COVID-19. And just last week, the Prime Minister, Scott Morrison, lashed out at China over that image that was put on social media by a Chinese official that falsely depicted Australia's role in Afghanistan. Now, as a result of the Prime Minister's response to that tweet, we saw New Zealand and the US come out in support of Australia. And today we've seen a tweet issued by the UK Foreign Secretary, the UK now backing in Australia's stance. I'll just read you that tweet now. It says, "The UK stands with Australia to protect our shared interests and values. I spoke to Maurice Payne today and expressed the UK's concerns over China's aggressive action towards Australia." So another Australian, one of Australia's allies now getting in behind the federal government and backing the calls that it's been making against China.